What's up, everybody? What's up? It is the 14th of January, Monday, and the market is still pretty rocky. I mean, I don't really trust these 10, 4, 5% gains. We're still seeing a pretty big ceiling, whether it be Bitcoin at 43 or Ethereum at around 140. So we've kind of hit that price ceiling, and we're trying to break out of it. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if anything could actually be launched. It's almost like Back to the Future. Bakkt is supposed to be launching, excuse me, on the 24th of January, and I think it may be delayed. According to this article, they did acquire some more consumer payments and more consumer features, so they're making different acquisitions. They've been funded, I think, 280 million at this point, so they have plenty of money to go ahead and acquire these smaller companies, especially for streamlining their entire process. Now, Bakkt is supposed to help Wall Street traders actually enter into the market, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what Bakkt is planning and is hoping to release in the near future. But that being said, let's go back to the market here. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. And if you don't know me, my name is Snaebot of CryptoSomniac. So yeah, I'm also wearing my Monarch shirt. Hopefully we can get some of these out for some fans, and we'll definitely hold a competition to launch some. Let me actually, instead of lifting my shirt, there it is, the Monarch shirt. Okay. Hopefully we can get some shirts out to you guys. I think it'd be pretty cool for you guys to rock some merch out there. Who doesn't know Daddy Snake? I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I've streamed. Basically, I've been working on Monarch almost full time now, so or more than full time rather. So it's been a crazy ride, and just trying to be regulatory compliant and releasing these features on time and things like that. It's always been a crazy rocky road, and we'll definitely do Trader Talk. We're usually Trader Talks are for Mondays, but I think everyone's a little bit busy as everyone tries to get back into the groove of things after the holidays. That's pretty much what everyone's doing right now. I know it's still everyone's still adjusting from all the holiday feasts and the holiday partying and relaxing and spending time with family. So I think we'll definitely be doing it next week. So definitely look out for that. That being said, let's review over the market. So we have BTC at 4% up. Now don't look at the percent changes too much. Now, if you're a swing trader, of course these are good, or especially a margin trader over on BitMEX or Coinbase Pro, if you're accredited, you're able to do a lot of these things. But I wouldn't keep an eye out for percentage changes right now if you're a long-term hodler or trader, or trying to find a good price to hold medium term. When I say medium term, I mean longer than a week, when you're not swing or day trading. So keep in mind that these percent changes are very arbitrary. It's better to look at the charts. So let's go over to the Bitcoin chart, and let's go look at this daily. So ever since we've dropped down from that 6K mark, around 6.4 mark, we've had a lot of trouble breaking over 6,300. I mean 4,200 or 4,300 rather. Getting all sorts of messed up. So we still haven't broke out from this $4,300 mark, and every time we hit it, we just tend to come right back down. I'm over on BitMEX because I feel like that's a more accurate trading indice. I don't like using Kraken or Coinbase or Bitfinex. I mean, I like using Coinbase as well because Coinbase gives you a fiat pairing, but I like using the fiat pairing the best, and Kraken does too. But I just like BitMEX because it has a lot of volatility and liquidity behind. Not really liquidity, but how can I say it's fake liquidity? Because remember, you're not trading the underlying asset; you're trading contracts over on BitMEX. But it gives you a better actual price index over things like pretty much anything else. So so the way you could check that is Bitcoin, and you look at markets. And you see they have star, so that's not actually included into the 24-hour volume. So what does star mean? What does that little double asterisk mean? Double asterisk means volume excluded. Yeah, that's what I thought. Things aren't actually being traded over on Bitcoin, I mean on BitMEX that much. It's just a derivatives exchange. So yeah, over 13% of the market. I mean that's crushing it, and everything else is tethered. This is the GUSD. I think that's a Gemini dollar, right? Cymex is the only USD pairing that I see here that is in the top 10. So that's definitely interesting. Where is Coinbase? Coinbase is down at number 37. So that's why I like using BitMEX. That's my rationale for using BitMEX, guys. Nothing too different or anything like that. Nothing too surprising, rather. All right. So let's draw a line there. Let's draw a horizontal line there. And we do not want a black horizontal line because then you cannot see it. Let's draw this a red horizontal line. So this is the kind of this is the mark I'm looking for. I would even push it down a little bit even more at around 4150. That is kind of our ceiling for Bitcoin. And remember, it's held its price pretty well since that huge low at 31. And it doesn't even seem like that long ago, but it's on December 16th, which I guess in crypto world, December 16th, that's a month ago. Now multiply that by 3, because unlike the traditional stocks or traditional commodities or things like that, you see volatility tripled, because instead of 8 hours a day, you get 24 hours a day trading volume. So this is the ceiling that I'm seeing. It's been holding strong for traditionally 3 months, but in reality, a whole month, right? All right. So I'm looking at these. Different indicators here. The MACD showing pretty strong, but I definitely want to see that cross coming up. Hopefully. I love this. I love the stochastic RSI, super low and looking to head up, which is always a good sign. And of course the wave trend cross indicator. So hopefully we cross there, and greener pastures, greener grass on the other side. So definitely want to make sure that's going on. And guys, do leave me a comment on the live chat if you want me to go over a coin. There's a lot of cool things happening in the space right now, even though the price has dropped a little bit. But again, just like we called for 2019, we're not, I wouldn't say we're not bullish, but we're not overly optimistic where we hit that $20,000 mark until at least we see some more definitive things actually being released. I think the speculative market for the long term, or that massive boom in speculation, has kind of subsided. I don't think anyone in 2019 is very surprised about Bitcoin. Everyone's pretty much heard of Bitcoin who's in the know, right? Or anyone who is looking for investments. It's actually pretty interesting, you know, because I still tell people, hey, yeah, I'm in the Bitcoin business. They still get pretty surprised there. Like, oh wow, how's that doing? Has it crashed yet? I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Naysayers will be naysayers, right? So I also have a floor here. So at that 31 mark, and I have set my stop loss a little bit underneath that 31.44 mark, and that's just being precautious, because if it does drop, you know, I think we could get all the way down to here, which is around that $1,800 mark. So I'll draw another horizontal line there. That is something that you should be concerned about, and I will write this here. This is my stop loss zone right here. This is definitely my big stop loss zone. Of course, I have more conservative stop losses at a couple more percentage increase and decrease, but that being said, I do believe that keeping a stop loss, especially under 31.44, is definitely wise, because again, we haven't dipped below that in quite a while. I mean, the last time we were below that, we were in September 2017. So I don't believe that we'll go under 31. I think maybe we'll teeter right back to 35. But I really hope that we start to see a little bit more volume come back into the space. Just to show you guys, I'm going to go back on CoinMarketCap. I think it's extraordinary what Tether has gained to accomplish. From, I still don't use Tether. I'd rather use TrueUSD or, Coinbase USD or Gemini USD, the coin, Gemini coin, and Coinbase's coin. I'd much rather use that, but people still use Tether. I think a lot of the smaller exchanges use Tether. It's unregulated, it's unaudited, so definitely keep an eye out for it. For example, on Coinbean, that's a lot of swing trading happening. So definitely keep an eye out for Tether. I definitely would not put too much money into it, even though it's got $4 billion in 24-hour volume. Circulating supply is $2 billion. So that means there should be approximately $2 billion in the bank over in the Bahamas. That is where Tether's Bahamas are. Tether's bank is located. It is in the Bahamas. So definitely, definitely do not trust Tether too much. I think it's very unwise to trust Tether all willy-nilly. And I don't know why I said all willy-nilly. That is a weird word. But don't use it. Don't use it without extra precaution. Remember, Tether doesn't have a quick redemption process. The minimum it requires to redeem Tether into USD is $100,000. So that means it's not really for the modern user, right? There's no quick redemption process for the modern user for the Tether banks to be redeeming any amount of money underneath $100,000. So it's not really meant for retail payments or anything like that. It's meant for large institutions. Hashtag willy-nilly, guys. All right, anyways, so we have Bitcoin. We have this chart available still, and we're actually going to pull it out to the week. I mean, that week looks pretty good, guys. The week looks kind of weak, but it still looks better than normal. I don't feel like we'll go under 31 for a while, but anything could happen in this market, and maybe Snatoshi will come true, and maybe we will see a little bit more price action after the Bakkt futures come out, and of course when ETFs finally start rolling out. So I just actually rolled over my 401k. This is a little personal story for you guys. I actually rolled over my 401k recently because I've been operating my own business, but I used to work for several Fortune 500 companies, and specifically as a high-level consultant, as a pharmaceutical systems engineer. So that being said, I had to roll over my 401k to my private account. Now, 2018 had been pretty good for me. I didn't liquidate everything, and October was obviously rough for everybody. But 2018, on average, was pretty good for me in the traditional stock market, especially for 401ks. Now, one thing that you would be able to do, now I don't know about everyone's 401k, but my 401k, one thing I was able to do was purchase commodities ETF. So, for example, GLD, LIT, which is a lithium ETF that I'm in. So you're able to purchase these ETFs by these so exchange traded fund. So usually these organizations run and audit and manage the purchase of commodities, and you buy a percentage of their holdings. So you're not holding the underlying stock, or you're not holding the underlying asset. So you're not actually holding, for example, if I buy gold, I'm not actually holding the gold per percentage value, but rather I am trusting this ETF to buy and sell based on a lot of metrics, but based on a lot of market fluctuations. So they kind of hold their value, maybe not directly correlated, but a little bit more correlated to the commodity. So once Bitcoin ETFs do launch, you are going to see a lot more influx in Bitcoin volume as people purchase into these ETFs from their 401ks and from a lot of their big accounts. Traditional investors will now be able to participate in the purchase of Bitcoin. And I wanted to actually buy some Bitcoin through my IRA, and I did. So your IRA is a little bit different from your 401k, which you're able to play with around $5,500 in whatever you want. You know, that means if you want to invest in pot or a crazy investment like, hey, I want hydrogen powered cars rather than lithium battery charged cars or Bitcoin. You know, more speculative investment you're able to make with the IRA. But most people, most 401k holders, such as Fidelity, in which I hold, tend to not list those kinds of things unless you are playing with your IRA, not your 401k, which you're able to get, for example, exposure into tech stocks or healthcare stocks or retail stocks, things like that. So 401ks don't really give you that flexibility, while as IRAs do. And I don't want this to be a tax lesson, so let's go back to the market cap. And please leave a comment if you do want me to go over something different. So in about 2.5 days, we are upgrading to Constantinople on Ethereum. So everybody hold your horses. And I know at Monarch, we are looking to upgrade very shortly as well to upgrade our nodes and making sure that everything is supported. Remember, over at Monarch, we do have our private keys. So if it does fork and you are able to dump your forked coins, your Ethereum, it is going to fork. Ethereum is forking in 2.5 days, but we don't know if exchanges are actually going to support those forks. Some arbitrary exchange is going to support it, but that being said, at Monarch you hold your private keys, so therefore you get your fork. So you could dump your forked coins just like Bitcoin Cash. I dumped Bitcoin Cash real quick. I made when it was sitting at $700, $800, $900. I mean, let's take a look at this Bitcoin Cash. At one point, it was at $2,900, guys, during the quote-unquote flippening in early 2018. And, it's lost market share ever since. But that being said, I definitely would not look into buying any more Bitcoin Cash personally. If you wanted to look into Bitcoin Cash or purchasing Bitcoin Cash, I really would not venture too far into that rabbit hole. I think it's a very speculative investment, to say the least. All right, so let's go look at Ethereum, guys. So we have Ethereum still chilling in there. This is the weekly, so let's look at this in the daily. Wow. Ethereum just has had a lot of time just constantly breaking through those floors. Is this December 16th as well? Yeah, this is December 16th, December 17th. So definitely really low there, in the 80s there. Let's see. Let's push it up as tight as we can. $79 was the low there. Let's see the exact low. 80, 89. So that was the exact low. So definitely set your stop losses if Ethereum goes down below that. You could see some value splitting, so definitely be careful there. I don't think there's much contention, though. I think everyone understands that Constantinople is the future in terms of moving over to the proof of stake algorithm that Ethereum eventually does want to go through. And yeah, all these indicators are looking pretty good. We have the stochastic RSI still pretty low. We have the we have that red momentum coming back in, so that's pretty good as well. So we're still seeing that short-term downside, but we'll see if we could actually break out here, and hopefully we could at least get over. And let's go back to that daily. So our ceiling has been around 158 bucks, which we're not too far away from that at 129. But these candles this is getting really, really volatile as the price action kind of diminishes. So that was our previous ceiling, our previous floor rather, and now this is our next ceiling is around 160. So if it does break out at 160, I think it'll go as high as 200, and then it'll bounce around between 160 and 200. And that is just a just purely technical analysis there. If there is contention or if there are exchanges supporting the fork, Ethereum fork, you will see a lot of price splitting there. Now, what is price splitting? That means a lot of the value will be drained based on different speculations and different investors. All right, so let's go on to the next coin here, guys. So Tron has had a really nice pump. Now, Tron, ever since releasing that BitTorrent coin on the Tron network, they've been just doing non-stop development, which is really encouraging to see from the Tron team. So let's just take a look at this. So look at that 24-hour volume. I'm just going to scroll over slowly on that 24-hour volume. Obviously, we're not going to look at January. I think that was a little bit hyped up at almost 1.6 billion, 1.7 billion, $4.5 billion, almost $5 billion actually on January 1st. Oh, sorry. I think I am muted. I think I'm muted here. Test, test, test. Let me make sure. I think my foot just hit that. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So as you've been seeing, $5 billion. That's ridiculous amount of volume, 24-hour volume. So you're seeing a drastic decrease and then a casual increase come consensus, right? Always gets that consensus pump. And then we see a drastic decrease. And what are we seeing now? A drastic increase. So we were sitting at $700 million in early January of this year, of 2019, and right now we're sitting at around $500 million of traded volume. So that's definitely something to look out for. That's really encouraging for the Tron, for all the Tron holders there. I definitely would love to see that volume keep pumping up. Now, Litecoin, again, Litecoin, I'm not too bullish on. People have been trying to sell me on Litecoin for a while. And if you do like Litecoin, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing inherently wrong with Litecoin. They're still building things out and things like that. So, yep. So let's actually look at this Augur getting that nice little pump. Now, Augur did have that major release, right? So if we go over to social and go take a look at it, yeah, so the control playbook on smoothly handling ETH node updates on Constantinople. So yeah, Augur launches. Is that pretty recent? I actually don't know too much about Augur. Augur launches July 9th, 2018. So I think that's just a pinned post over on Reddit. But I'm not too sure why this is kind of pumped up. Let's see the markets for it. Yeah, so it's really pumped on Binance the most, and Kraken. Wow, that Euro pairing. Maybe the Europeans know something that we don't. But I'm not too sure why that's pumped too much. But again, that seems like it's unsustainable. 30% pump, especially at 11 million supply. That's definitely a volatile asset. On the next 100, we have Credo. Credo has no volume. Now, Credo is being utilized, I believe, by BitBounce, which BitBounce is that mail provider. So where you're able to bounce your email, right? Or pay people to get your email through, rather. Gifto. Now, Gifto always has a huge volume. The only reason why they have a huge volume is because of these huge market traders constantly swing trading Gifto back and forth. So definitely, Gifto is definitely not on my alert. Even though the Palm Beach Confidential, they seem really, really bullish on Gifto, but I am not too bullish on Gifto at all. I think that'll do it for now, guys. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. That is my quick market update, and of course, Bakkt being launched January 24th. So and Ethereum potentially forking from an old legacy chain. I don't know what it's going to be called. Is it going to be called Bitcoin Classic 2? Who knows what it's going to be called? But I don't know if exchanges will support it. But make sure if you do want your tokens. And your exchange hasn't really said anything, make sure you do own your own private keys. That is the most important part of owning or supporting a fork. Owning your private keys. So over on Monarch, you will be able to own your private keys. So if you do want your fork for Ethereum, make sure to move everything over to Monarch, to your Monarch wallet, or you could even do it on something like my Ether wallet, right? So whatever you do, make sure you own your private keys for the upcoming fork. That being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. Let me actually take you. I can't find that video, but that's fine. Please be sure to join our Discord lounge. So we are very, very active in the Discord lounge. Amal, Jordan, and James, and we especially, as well as me and Jason, just talking about the market 24/7, guys. You know, this market never sleeps, and neither do we. That's the whole Cryptosomniac motto there. So go ahead and join our free Discord lounge at cryptosomniac.com/discord1 or cryptosomniac.com/CSA. Now, both those CSA is the Advantage program, so you won't have access to all the rooms, but in the free lounge you will have access to the community discussion, which is plenty active enough, and it's vetted, so there's not a lot of there's no shilling whatsoever, and we make sure that if anyone does have an opinion, they make sure they justify that. So definitely some really high level discourse happening over on Discord servers. But if you do like the program and you do want access, for example, stocks or long-term predictions or very, very nitty-gritty detailed analysis to see where we think the Bitcoin market and Ethereum markets and the crypto market or crypto health updates in general are going, make sure to join the Advantage program. And of course, you know, we have a 14-day free trial, and you're able to upgrade to the 6-month or go to month or the yearly basis. So I really do appreciate it, guys, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Peace out, y'all, and please do leave me a comment if you want to hear something after this live stream has ended. We do read the comments here on this channel. We've been around for a while. We're here when the weather's bad, and we're here when the weather's good. So really appreciate all you guys joining me again. Peace out, y'all. This is Snay. Oh, I have a cool little graphic. Hold on. This is Snaybot of Cryptosomniac. What up, y'all? Peace out.